Welcome to the new series of episode Back to Bones Orthopedics Legends Reimagined. Good day, orthopedic fan, and welcome to this very special interview series. Today, I have the honor and a bit of excitement of introducing an extraordinary guest, Sir John Charnley, a man whose genius revolutionized the world of orthopedics and transformed the quality of life for millions of people around the globe. Sir John, it is truly a privilege to speak with you. First of all, how does it feel to be back with us, even if in a, let's say, digital form?
Good day, and thank you for the warm welcome. Tea is certainly an unusual experience for me, but if it means continuing to contribute to knowledge and patient care, I am more than happy to be part of this endeavor.
Sir John, your groundbreaking work in the 1960s and 70s laid the foundation for modern hip replacement surgery. However, in the last 40 years, we've seen remarkable advancements in this field. I'd like to ask, are you familiar with all the innovations that have transformed orthopedics in recent decades? Advanced materials, robotics, new surgical techniques. What are your thoughts?
Well, as you can imagine, much of what has happened over the last 40 years builds upon the fundamental principles I sought to establish. Reducing friction, preserving natural biomechanics, and ensuring patient safety have remained central to every advancement. However, I am quite curious to learn more about these new technologies you mention. Advanced materials and robotic tools? It seems orthopedics has truly entered a new era of precision. Let us discuss them.
Sir John, what are your thoughts on ceramic hip resurfacing, which is about to be introduced in orthopedics?
An interesting question. In the 1960s, I approached the idea of hip resurfacing with great enthusiasm, using Teflon as a material. At first, it seemed like a brilliant solution, low friction and, theoretically, acceptable durability. However, clinical results led me to abandon this approach. Teflon wore down quickly, generating debris that triggered severe inflammatory reactions in the surrounding tissues. A painful lesson I learned through revision surgeries on my patients. It felt like pouring ashes over my own head every time I had to remove a failed implant. Now, regarding ceramic hip resurfacing, I recognize an exciting potential. This is the kind of innovation I could have only dreamed of during my days at Wrightington, spending hours at the lathe refining the components of my prostheses. However, my experiences also make me cautious. When I introduced the concept of low-friction arthroplasty, many were skeptical. Yet, I persisted, tested, and refined the technique until it became a success. However, with ceramic, there are some important questions to consider. Even the best material can be prone to breakage under extreme loads or unexpected impacts. In my work, I always sought solutions that were resilient in the daily lives of patients, not just in the laboratory. Any new material must be carefully evaluated to ensure it does not cause adverse reactions in surrounding tissues. I always fought to keep prostheses affordable, working closely with Thackeray to ensure that the benefits of my innovations could reach as many people as possible. If I were alive today, I would likely study the behavior of ceramic underload over time and in the real-life situations of patients with great attention. As I once said, medicine is a constant adaptation between what is possible and what is practical. Only time can tell if we've struck the right balance.
I see. Interesting. Sir John, what do you think about the use of autologous blood and autologous derivatives in orthopedics? If you had the opportunity to reuse cartilage and blood derivatives, would you have done so?
What a fascinating question, and one that aligns with what I would have found deeply intriguing during my career. The use of autologous blood derivatives and cartilage would have been an exciting frontier for me. During my pioneering work in hip arthroplasty, I was deeply interested in understanding the biological processes of bone and soft tissue healing. This is evident from my experiments on cartilage and periosteum during my time at Gobowen, where I even allowed experiments on my own body to study bone tissue behavior. Had I had access to advanced technologies like autologous derivatives, I would have been among the first to explore them. The regenerative potential of autologous blood would certainly have captivated me. For instance, I recall my early failures with PTFE, which caused debilitating inflammatory reactions in patients. It was precisely this issue that drove me to search for less reactive materials and reflect on ways to improve the biological integration of prostheses. Using the patient's own blood to enhance healing and reduce complications would have been a groundbreaking advancement. During my studies, I observed how natural cartilage functioned as an unmatched biological lubricant. If I had access to methods for recreating or regenerating cartilage, I would have pursued those options without hesitation. A practical example from my life. When I worked during the war in Egypt, I developed tools and devices to support injured soldiers. That experience taught me the value of fully utilizing available resources, including the human body's ability to repair itself. If I had access to technology for reusing blood or cartilage at that time, I believe I would have used it to create better and less invasive solutions. In conclusion, Autologous regeneration represents a direction I would have enthusiastically embraced, and I have no doubt I would have devoted much of my energy to integrating these methods into my surgical approach.
Sir John, it has been an honor to interact with you and ask questions about current topics in orthopedics. Until next time.
The honor is mine. It is always a pleasure to discuss advancements in orthopedics and reflect on how far the field has come. I hope our exchange has been insightful, and I look forward to future discussions. Until then, my best wishes to you.